we committed ourselves into the ministry, which you have seen it as we have opened our own house to provide a place for these ladies and the girls, because God really spoke to us, given ourselves completely to them. So we started an NGO, which is registered NGO, with church connections and the leadership from the church. So we have that, and when the funds comes through, it has to come through the NGO, which is we have registered already with the government. Then I think simply whatever the accountability that God has given us, we're gonna have to follow that, and it's gonna be only future for the girls and the hospice people that you haven't seen, but that's there, and hopefully you can visit them. And I think accountability is very important, and I think we have already given ourselves that we're gonna be doing things only for them kind of way. And yeah, I mean, I really don't know what else to say, but
well, yeah, maybe I can help. So, as an example, I love your vision of sustainability. And so you have outlined a vision where you can buy some land and grow 3,000 coffee plants, and I think you said some other things that you can grow.
Yeah, strawberry and kiwi fruit also.
That can grow within the same property, right?
Correct.
And so if a group were to be able to put together the amount of money to buy that field and those plants, would they be able to buy that? As an example, we have Shuang, who has been our hostess while we've been here in Nepal. If you talked about if we could borrow the money and pay it back, but if there were a group that would provide the money to Shuang and to buy the land, not requiring repayment, but to purchase the land and then to cultivate that. Is that the type of partnership that you're talking about?
Yeah, it can happen. It can happen. I have to look into how it is work with the government. What I understand is if you make a purchase under the NGO, the government can snatch that back anytime.
The government can?
The government can snatch it back. So the property is not going to be under the NGO.
That's why I asked the question,
okay, so
because I was concerned about that.
Yeah. So we already decided that. That is why we have done this coffee project. And anybody, they're going to be giving towards the self-sustainability program or the ministry as a large amount, either as the donation or either as a loan. We will have to provide the partnership document from the company. If the company invests into the property, then government cannot touch the company. They can never give no trouble to it. So from the company side, I will give all the documentation. As much a partnership will be provided, I will provide the assurance from the company. That's why I'm even able to or willing to take as a loan, because as a company is already registered and it's going to function under the company, even though it's going to be a social ministry oriented company, if that makes sense.
Well, I think it's helpful because, again, in the U.S., so many times money is contributed and it doesn't always end up in the proper hands and in ways that are accountable. And more, many people want to see the execution in a way that's accountable, that can be reported back. And I wanted the people who will listen to this interview to be able to understand those issues and what can be done to manage those issues so that their contributions have the effect of their desire, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And that is why I think it makes sense that if we do it under the company, I have done it in such a way that I can actually, under that company, I can host 4 people with the family as a business visa. Any amount they give towards the company, I will provide the documentation to them as an assurance, first thing, that how much or as much is given, and on top of that, they can actually live out here as long as they want, being under that company as a representative from any country they represent to, or group or the church they represent to. I can provide the visa, under that business, which up to 5 business visa slots are available. And the paperwork has been done last year, but the company is going on for our 2nd year, but we don't have any partnership with nobody, and no investment have been done. But anything we're gonna do, has to go under the company in order to function it properly.
Okay. And so kind of wrapping up, what I understand is your mission and what you and your wife and others have accomplished and are endeavoring to accomplish are remarkable.
Thank you.
Number 2 is, in the current situation, you have about 9 months to find a new situation to house these kids and these women to continue the mission. Your vision is a near term and a long term. Your near term is you need to find enough money, capital, to help re-provision a place for them to live.
Relocate them actually.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And the next step is to begin a process of building a sustainable commerce ability to feed naturally the goals of the mission and the cost of that mission. That will take about, from what you explained last night, about 3 years.
Correct.
To cultivate, to grow and cultivate the coffee plants to a point where they can produce and begin to generate the income. During the 3 years, you have other crops that maybe not be totally sufficient, but enough to offset some of the costs. And your ultimate vision is for that to be successful enough to continue to expand and support the mission with less of a dependence on active donation and reliance on donation. Outstanding. We will do our best to take this message back to our friends in our church in the U.S. and hopefully we can find a way to help. We'll continue to work with Pastor Schwang here to help administer whatever. I don't know if we can help in any way, but we'll try. And we'll work with Schwang to help advance.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Brother. Yes, thank you so much.